The first episode of The Mandalorian took the internet by storm. Many fans were caught off guard by the major cliffhanger ending that has serious ramifications for the Star Wars universe. So, spoilers ahead, obviously. If you haven't seen the premiere for The Mandalorian, you should probably avoid this video until you have seen it, then come back and we can discuss a pretty interesting theory. So at the first episode of The Mandalorian, the secret bounty that The Mandalorian had been tracking was revealed to be a baby from the same alien species as Yoda. In Star Wars legends and canon, we never really learned much about his species. It's one of the secrets that George Lucas has kept close to the vest. This cliffhanger, though, seems to suggest we'll finally learn more about them. Lucas had served as a consultant on the series and was on set numerous times. He's also very close with Dave Filoni, who directed the pilot and some episodes, and is also involved with all things Star Wars. One of the big things that people didn't seem to notice, though, from this episode, was one of the characters from early on. When the Mandalorian goes to visit the mysterious client, played by Werner Herzog, another character enters the room and catches him off guard, and that is Dr. Pershing. But one thing that fans have noticed about Dr. Pershing is that his jacket has a shoulder patch from the clone facilities on Kamino. We first visited this planet in Attack of the Clones, and it was there that the clone army was born, later becoming the Army of the Empire. Kamino's cloning facilities having a connection to the series are very interesting. If you recall, Jango Fett was the basis for Republic soldiers, and Boba Fett was a clone himself. Another thing that we've heard about The Mandalorian is that it will explore the origins of the First Order and how they came to be, at least to an extent. Since the series takes place a few years after the fall of the Empire in Return of the Jedi, the galaxy is in a much different place. The mysterious client the Mandalorian meets with wears an Imperial medallion around his neck and is guarded by stormtroopers. When giving instructions on the bounty for this baby Yoda, he was very specific to bring him in alive, or dead but with a proof of termination. Usually that means something like a clothing piece, or possibly in this case, a tissue sample. Since Yoda was 900 years old when he died, this little baby is only 50, and if a doctor from Kamino is working with the remnants of the Empire, or perhaps what is the beginnings of the First Order here, it is a bit suspect that they'd want this baby alive or a sample of it to harvest. It's possible that this alien species are all Force sensitive and they have intentions to utilize that, or perhaps they want to just get rid of them entirely. This could also point to a secret Force user cloning project from back in the day, and potentially help explain the origins of Rey. One other theory that I've seen pop up after this revelation of the Doctor from Kamino suggests that the baby is in fact a clone of Yoda himself and not just some random baby. Basing this purely off appearance, I could buy into that. It would also help explain why they want the baby so badly. This might also help tie into the rise of Skywalker more and the return of Palpatine. Ever since we first heard that Palpatine was coming back, many fans had speculated that Palpatine in Episode 9 is actually just a clone, similar to the old expanded universe. If that's the case, then having a plotline like this could flesh out cloning in current canon. Palpatine might also want the secrets on how to live forever, given Yoda's incredibly long lifespan. It's a little suspicious, though, that the finale for The Mandalorian airs right after the release of Episode 9, so maybe we could get some more context or answers there. But what do you guys think about this revelation? I think it's interesting that Favreau and Filoni are pulling from the prequels with Kamino and the idea of cloning, which is also inherently associated with Jango and Boba Fett, noteworthy characters that wore Mandalorian armor in the films. Let me know your thoughts on this theory down below, and as always, for all things Star Wars and the latest in pop culture, be sure to subscribe to HN Entertainment.